Hello everyone! Welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. The Wastelanders DLC is getting released in less than 2 weeks, and here are the 15 most anticipated features that players can't wait to try it out. So far, Bethesda has unveiled a lot of upcoming new content for the third DLC, which has now been delayed 1 more week and should go live on April 14. Now, I must confess that it's difficult to keep track of every single new announcement and statement they have done so far about the Wastelanders, so I imagine it's pretty much the same for you guys and girls. As such, I decided to make a compilation featuring the most popular and anticipated features coming with the third DLC. Keep in mind that many other new things are coming, however, the following features you are about to see are the most interesting and exciting for most Fallout 76 players. Find out what they are and why players are dying to experience them. By far, I would say talking to NPCs and interacting with the lore is the most exciting feature coming with the Wastelanders DLC. You will be able to meet dozens of NPCs and most of them will present you with a dialogue tree. Some of these dialogue trees will also offer you options based on your special allocation or your current build. Bethesda is going to add options for every attribute, however, you should expect special dialogue options to be mostly based on a few specific attributes, such as charisma and even perception. At PAX East 2020, devs mentioned that there will be reactive dialogue options too, based on your character's past experiences. How will this work exactly? I'm not certain, but it sounds very intriguing to say the least. Now, for the time being, and for all we know, it really seems like charisma will be the key point of interaction, so you better save up those grape methods, you will most likely need them very soon. Anyway, while talking to NPCs, you will be able to move your camera and enjoy an auto-pan motion switching between characters in multi-dialogue conversations. Bethesda also announced several new options, such as a dialogue written history on the left top corner of your screen. Now, that seems like a very neat system with a lot of engagement and customization. Let's just hope it will work as described so far. Dialogue options lead to something else that players value a lot too, making choices that matter. During the upcoming questlines, you will be able to forge your own path that may differ from most players. You might reach the same goal in a different way, earn faction reputation with simple decisions, or even end up with unexpected outcomes. To create a further customization, Bethesda has created the Team Wally interior system, where players can make story choices with true consequences. Only you and your team members will be able to access this sort of individual instance, which has saved checkpoints and should reflect your decisions over time. I am guessing if you choose to kill someone, you won't be able to see that NPC alive again in your own interior, of course. I'm sure there's more into it, but for now, that's pretty much what we can speculate. Moving on, Bethesda has also said you will be able to change the path of certain quests, which means they have made 3 branches for main quests, I suppose. It's what would make the most sense. I mean, why would they create 3 branches for side or daily quests? I mean, maybe, but that doesn't sound likely. Anyway, all of this sounds very promising. It's always refreshing to know you can create your own little story and do things your way without being forced into taking one single path. Ultimately, lying to someone or even killing that NPC might have a real impact in future events, so it's best to think twice before choosing a certain dialogue option. The Wastelanders won't be just about NPCs and dialogue options, as you surely know by now. There will be dozens of new and reworked locations to explore. Heck, Even in a recent interview, Bethesda's Vice President Pete Hines stated that this DLC will be a lot about rediscovering the world of. Besides the brand new locations like the Settlers Foundation, the Raiders camp at the crashed space station, the Watauga Underground Garage, and even the Wayward Inn, we will also see a drastic change in certain existing locations, such as the Kanawha County Cemetery's church, which will become a hotspot for the cult of the Mothman faction, the Anchor's Farm, which will become a minor camp for the settlers, and even the Big Bend Tunnel seems to be a territory of the Blood Eagles now, a subfaction of the Raiders, by the way. I have made an extensive video in the past featuring 50 new and reworked locations coming live with Wastelanders. You might want to check that out if you're not familiar with the upcoming location changes. It's a start, at least. I'm sure many more entries are about to join the ones we already know. Sadly, we will only find out about them when the DLC goes live, I'm afraid. Alright, so there's some details about the upcoming quests. At PAX East 2020, Bethesda unveiled the first 3 new missions that you can start from Vault 76 with a new or existing character. You basically get the first mission automatically started when you exit the vault. It's called Wayward Souls, and the first checkpoint is some stairs below you, as you can see in the map. Now, before we proceed, let me tell you that the quest system will get reworked. Now you will be able to guide yourself by simply looking at the map. How fancy, Quests will have a small detail window, like events, where you can check the current objective, description, and even choose to make only that quest active or directly access the quest in your Pip-Boy. There will also be new options for a map quest display. Returning to the questline we know about, you can meet 2 female NPCs, Lacey and Isella, south of Vault 76, and they will introduce you to the new reality of the world. Why are crowds of people coming, and what are they looking for? They will also tell you about a new location, the Wayward Inn, located near the Overseer's camp. Now, once you get inside this location, you will meet several new NPCs, like Duchess and Mort. After talking to them for a bit and making some decisions, you will eventually complete the Wayward Souls. The Hunter for Hire is the second quest in this upcoming questline. Another mission was also unveiled, First Contact, which I think it's what follows once you finish the Hunter for Hire. As you can see, we are not totally in the dark here. Bethesda has also mentioned that the Settlers and the Raiders will have their own quests, and there are West Virginia secrets to unveil. So I'm confident there's plenty of new missions to enjoy once the Wastelanders goes live. It's a fact, there will be 2 major or main factions in the Wastelanders DLC, the Settlers and the Raiders. They are enemy forces by default, and you will eventually have to choose one of them. Until that moment comes, you can play the middleman role and try to please everyone, until it's no longer possible. Bethesda confirmed during PAX East 2020 that there will be a point of no return and a limitation to your middleman behavior. However, you will still be able to increase your reputation with both factions. They also mention new faction daily quests. So in the end, it seems like you can be friends with both of them. It might just take a little bit longer to get there. Anyway, there seems to be several minor factions, and we know about 3 so far. The Cult of the Mothman with their effigy rituals, the Blood Eagles, which seem to be very aggressive and hostile towards everyone really, and the Blue Ridge Caravan, which apparently are traders and will be part of an upcoming event at least. I do believe there are other minor factions in-game. For now, it's pretty much a surprise for most people, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. The surprise element can be very positive, actually. In previous Fallout games, we didn't just have NPCs and dialogue options. We also had lots of companions with their own personal quests and a chance to develop a friendship or even romance some of them. Now Bethesda is bringing this system back, and it seems to be quite complex so far. They have unveiled one possible companion until date, Beckett with his booze bar. But there is a catch. Companions won't be able to follow you around the map like in previous franchise games. They will remain mostly at your camp, and you can summon different companions by building their personal item, one at a time though. At PAX East 2020, Bethesda also mentioned that there will be minor allies, which can give you daily quests and defend your camp. Yes, all companions will be active residents of your camp, and they will provide a free defense service. Good, no? Anyway, you will be able to recruit, befriend, and even romance major companions, if you want to, of course. The choice will be fully yours on how to recruit and how much you want to invest with each ally. New weapons and armor is something a lot of players want for a very long time. And guess what? We are really getting them now. There are at least 9 new weapons and 2 armor types identified in past Wastelanders trailers and event footage, such as the popular Plasma Caster, Gauss Minigun, the Saw Gauntlet, and the Compound Bow. There is also an upcoming power armor for the Secret Service, whatever that means, and even a black vest in the armor section. Now, we had a showcase of basically every identified new weapon at PAX East this year, and that's amazing. It looks really promising in my opinion. I just hope we will get the weapon plans too, so we can eventually roll the new weapons as legendaries at the preview. Well, now we just have to wait until April 14 to find out how strong these weapons are. Did you ever think about becoming an archer or ranger in Fallout 76? We already have crossbows, which are really strong in Nuclear Winter by the way, but now we are also getting standard bows and compound bows. The most exciting part here is that new perks for bows are also coming with the Wastelanders DLC. This means you will be able to create a legit archer build now. At least the perks alone should boost your damage by a lot. Bethesda has also unveiled at PAX East this year that you can mod the arrows to several elements, like poison and/or explosive. I am really looking forward to see all of this working together. Well, I also hope the perks will be part of the agility attribute. It would make sense, but then perception is also something essential in archery, so let's wait and see. One thing is for sure, archers are really going to be part of the wasteland. The reputation system has been a highly explored topic by Bethesda so far. They have even unveiled screenshots and a chart explaining how everything will work. Now, the reputation system seems to be only for the raiders and settlers so far, and you can of course earn reputation or lose it depending on your actions and dialogue choices. There seems to be 7 tiers, including hostile, cautious, neutral, friendly, and even ally. Another thing to know here is that your faction reputation will unlock new items at the faction vendors. Now, that's something very interesting. I think it's going to be a real competition to see who unlocks everything first and gets the upper hand, like selling items to other players and so on. Anyway, Bethesda has unveiled one of these rep unlock items, which are the farmable tiles. It's not known if anything else will change as your reputation gets higher with each faction. Maybe you will even be able to unlock new quests, who knows? Some weeks ago, Bethesda unveiled the first upcoming event at PAX East. It's called Riding Shotgun and it takes place in the Big Bend Tunnel. You basically need to escort a group of traders from the Blue Caravan Ridge. During the event, you will face waves of fearless Blood Eagles, and you must defend the caravan members from them. You also need to find lost supplies dropped in previous failed attempts. It sounds simple enough, but things could easily get complicated. The more survivors who reach the end of the tunnel, the better will be your rewards. Moving forward, Bethesda has just unveiled a second event hours ago. It's called Radiation Rumble and it will take place at the Emmet disposal site. You will have to help a group of scavengers to fight off glowing creatures while mining as much irradiated ore as possible. You will have to split up to fulfill both objectives, just like it happens in Project Paradise, with the 3 habitats and all the friendly creatures. So getting the maximum rewards won't be an easy task here. If the scavengers die, you will receive less rewards or ultimately fail the event altogether if there are no survivors at all. If you think that's hard enough, now add tons of radiation on top of all of that. That sounds like a very difficult event to do. I wouldn't say no to a great new challenge though, would you? Now, there are also new enemies joining the Wasteland soon, but that's hardly something new. In both official trailers we got to see the massive Wendigo Colossus, which will probably be a new boss. At least it looks like one. It would be a pity if he's just a normal enemy. Anyway, since QuakeCon last year, when Bethesda unveiled the floaters, some sort of jelly flying enemy that can spawn as different types. The Flamer spits fire, the Freezer spits ice, and the Chomper will throw poison, if I'm not mistaken. Now, recently, during PAX East, we got introduced to more new enemies, human ones this time. They are the Blood Eagles, a subfaction of the Raiders, and they are anything but friendly. They are fearless and they can fight in groups with some degree of coordination and tactics. So expect a more challenging battle whenever you face this sort of enemy in the future. The new vault is a huge mystery for a lot of people. What's inside? Why is it in the Wastelanders promotional banners for about a year now? Well, I can't give you the answers to these questions, but one thing is for sure, Vault 79 will open doors with the Wastelanders DLC, and you can prepare for it right now, since the pre-accessing quest is live for months. Some say it wasn't meant to be this way, some say it is, but the truth is the quest is still unmarked with no rewards, but you can do it. In fact, you can get your unique access code to enter Vault 79. If you decide to do this, you will be able to enter the vault as soon as it goes live. I got my code long ago. Maybe it's time for you to get yours. What secrets lie inside Vault 79? I wonder. The legendary player system has been announced and re-announced over and over. We have been waiting for it for over a year now, and I think the majority of us is waiting for it to go live with the Wastelanders as well. Will that happen? Maybe? Nobody really knows, but it would make sense since one of the latest announcements pointed out that the legendary player system would be released on the first quarter of 2020. So far, nothing was released, and that would be really a shame if they don't release it with the Wastelanders. I can't wait to be able to use all my PERK card points that are just a number in my inventory at this point. There's hardly any other perks I want or need right now to spend the points on. But that would probably quickly change if new perks were introduced to the game, in this case with the legendary player system. I know that some of you love exploration and discovering new unexpected random encounters. The Wastelanders DLC is going to bring a new array of random encounters. Some of them will include people. How exciting, huh? In fact, during PAX East 2020, devs mentioned they had a hard time balancing the frequency of these encounters. They want to make sure players will feel the world is more alive now, but they don't want us to find NPCs every 5 meters or something alike, which makes perfect sense, honestly. Previously, Bethesda also said we will be able to find NPCs in many other locations, besides main settlements, camps, and in combat scenarios with the Blood Eagles, for example. So I am expecting a lot of new random encounters, possibly even new secret traders like the Charleston vendor right now. Lastly, players will be able to revisit founder NPCs like Modus, Rose, and the Grafton's mayor, and simply have a chat with them. How nice is that? Even if you have completed their quests before, you can just go back and see what they have to say when the Wastelanders goes live. I think it's a great addition to the game to get to know them more, to interact, and maybe even learn more about their past experiences in Appalachia. I wonder who else will get dialogue lines though? Maybe the Purveyor or even one of these robots for daily quests? It's going to be interesting to experience that, in my view. Well, these are the 15 upcoming features that players can't wait to try. I had lots of fun reviewing information and reminding myself of how much new content is about to go live all at once with the Wastelanders DLC. It's surely going to be overwhelming at first, but I'm sure you guys are going to have lots of fun. I'm sure I will. Which feature are you dying to play? Did I miss any other major feature coming with the Wastelanders? Do let me know everything in the comment section below. That's going to be all for now. I am Marta Branco. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed what you saw, then consider subscribing for more. I also have a Patreon page and a member system here in the channel if you would like to support me even further. I will see you guys and girls very soon in the next one. Until then, take care, adeus, bye bye!